What's going on? Welcome to Vault-Tec Productions. Today to show you my Lego Fallout minifigure collection. They're all pop and swapped using official Lego parts and prints and all that. And I'm showing you them today because I'm about to start spreading them out in my Lego Fallout City. And wanted to go ahead and get this video out of the way so I don't have to worry about taking them all out of their positions again. So once the Lego City's finally done, or any point where there's a video on the Lego City and anyone's wanting to check out those minifigures, well, this is going to be the video for it. So we're going to go over all of them today, probably real quick, just taking a look at them. They are all using official Lego parts, as I said, but just wanted to reiterate because you might be surprised to see some of the prints Lego's made over the years with their family-friendly guidelines and stance on violence and all that for their products, but they are all using official parts. And I was surprised too when I saw some of these prints on Bricklink. I knew I had to have them because, you know, all the crazy bullet belts and things I never expected to actually have official Lego parts for. But let's go ahead and get into this. So I got them split into faction and or role and things like that. So we're going to talk about the Brotherhood of Steel last, and then this right here I call like the Raiders. That's mostly Raider type figures. And then this is a majority of basically all the Townsfolk, but we'll talk about them last. That's got the caravan. So starting right here with all the Townsfolk. So these are all going to be in the Lego City, and we'll start talking about them first. They're going to be in the settlement side. So the way I got the new city layout going, left side's going to be like the town where the Brotherhood are, and you've more or less already seen basically kind of what that's going to look like if you've already seen the city videos, but new layout, so it's going to be a bit bigger and have more buildings and things like that. So let's go ahead and talk about these guys. A lot of these figures have already been seen before in the city in some of my other videos, but some of them have got slight updates over time, different prints and things I've managed to acquire and swapped out. But we're going to head and get started with this group of figures, which I call services, I guess. These are people who are all going to be in the town, and but these guys in particular all have a service to provide, a job or something like that. So these two in front, they're the new ones. This is the sheriff. He's going to be in the sheriff's office, which isn't a new building or anything. If you remember the bank from the city video, there's that black building. It was the bank on the bottom floor, and then Mercenaries house on the bottom, or the top two floors, I mean, sorry. Anyways, I decided to use the bottom floor of the bank as a sheriff's office, and that way the actual bank vault can be a makeshift jail cell, if you will. And so finally got my post-apocalyptic sheriff there. I really like how he came out. I should say though that his torso print and his leg print are like not meant to be together. They're not a matching set or anything. I got the torso separately, so I didn't have a leg print for it, but luckily this print lined up, I think, just well enough to make it work. It's pretty obvious up close, but I think once you like go a little farther back, it's a little harder to tell that that they're a little different. And I think it works out. It's a little longer with that print too, compared to how long his coat would have been otherwise. Anyways, don't want to take too long in this video. Got a lot of figures to go over. Here's his deputy. He's going to be, or the warden, something like that. Deputy or warden. He's going to be watching the cell, which is the bank vault. And check that out on his back. I actually got two of this torso print, and yeah, that is just super cool. I think it's for Monster Fighters or something, but just prints I can't believe Lego made. Anyways, on to the next group. So these two are owners of the gun shop, the fake Mick and Ralphs. Also showed off in the city videos already. Not much has changed. The bodyguard used to have a backpack and a machete and things, but I lightened his load a little bit since he's bodyguard. He's not going out exploring. He don't need all that gear. But yeah, seen them before. Not too much to say about them. Now, I think this lady was somewhere in the city before, and this guy was also in the city. But they all have new roles and whatnot, new purpose in the city. So these are all for the newest building I've been working on, which hopefully will be done soon. I can make a video on it. But I mentioned in my pawn shop video that I was going to make a robot workshop slash like store or something. And that's what these guys are all about. So first off, the lady, she's kind of more of just the like landlord or something of the hotel or the residence that everyone's living at. But these two actually run the robot workshop. So this is the, I guess, main owner. He's got some like weird techie pants, very old Lego print. Had them for a long time. Since they're like techie looking, I thought it'd be fitting since he worked at the robot shop. And then this is more or less just Finn from Star Wars, but tried to make him look a little different, so changed his hair and pants and bandana. And he's just working at the robot shop. And so now we'll move on to the next guys. So here's going to be the owners of my bar, which I'm working on also. It should be done pretty soon as well. So we just got the chef in the back, and then this lady, I guess, is working the bar. So they both got little leg prints. Hers is kind of hard to see. I think, there you go. And yeah, not too much to say about them. Just some generic figures running the bar and diner and whatnot. Now these ones, seen before, they're the runners of the pawn shop, but of course the one on the left is my sig fig. I just gave him some new pants, because as I said, I swapped out Finn's leg print, and it was too good to go anywhere else, so I kind of took it for myself. Yeah. Anyways, moving on to just the generic townspeople now. So those were all the like business owners and service providers and whatnot. But here is just all the regular townsfolk. So they also are split into kind of different sections though. So first off, these this line right here, these 5, they are basically supposed to be travelers. So they don't live in the city or anything. They're just passing through or something. So I kind of wanted some like move aroundable figures that can kind of just go wherever I want them in the mock. So these are kind of like the traveler based guys. They can move around a little bit, might put them out exploring somewhere, I don't know. But oh yeah, check this guy's prints out. So do you have anything on the back? Oh yeah, he's got a bullet belt on the back. Of course he's toting a minigun, so he's got the minigun pack. And yeah, then another one of these prints. Let me move all of them out of the way. Now this guy here, I think he's also kind of like a traveler class, like those other guys. But this guy in particular is from one of my vehicles. So he specifically goes with a specific vehicle I have. So I'm not sure what kind of use he's going to get in the city in the end, but just needed to throw him in there. Alright, and then here I have these two on the right are Mercenaries. You've seen this guy before, kind of. He has a new leg print though, but he lives on the top floors of the bank, which is of course the new sheriff's office. And I don't know if this guy was in the city before, but he's one of my all-time like favorite apocalypse figures I've ever made. I don't know, something about him, he just looks like the perfect post-apocalyptic gunslinger to me. So yep, 2 Mercenaries, and then this guy right here, he is supposed to be a ghoul of course. And he's got a little briefcase, and he's just going to be a ghoul who I'm either going to have sitting in the diner or in the hotel or somewhere. He's going to be sitting somewhere in the city with a little suitcase full of chems, selling chems to all the townsfolk. So, gotta have that. It's not Fallout without some weird, wacky chem dealer hiding somewhere, so got him out of the way. And then moving on to all the ones sitting down are the refugees, so they're all going to be hanging out around the refugee camp. You've probably seen some of them a little bit before, but some of them are new or a little different, whatnot. And there, of course, is the town medic who working out of the refugee building, taking care of all of them. Getting them out of the way, though. These are the actual generic townspeople. So finally, here are the generic people that are just going to be chilling around the town, doing all the town stuff, drinking at the bar, shopping, whatnot. This lady on the left, ooh, and I just realized I did forget a figure. who's not out here. But I'm not going to go get them because they basically look like this. This is Beckett's torso from Star Wars, from Solo, a Star Wars story. So it's Beckett's outfit from like the Mud Trooper sequence and whatnot. And as soon as I saw that print, I always loved it because to me it looks a lot like an NCR veteran ranger. So this lady and my bodyguard in the pawn shop also has this print. They're both supposed to be like retired rangers, I guess. And yeah, only thing to mention out of these guys, I guess. Oh, and I guess this lady also kind of has a service. She's supposed to be like the courier or something for the town, settlement, whatever. So, moving on. I guess we'll talk about this group next. So we got 2 caravans here. Unfortunately, this one on the right is the pack Brahmin I believe I've been using for the city mock and stuff for the videos. I don't know why though, because I've had both these the whole time, and this one sucks in comparison. So just showing you this other pack Brahmin real quick. I don't know if I've ever showed it before. Sorry about the spinning sound. This pack Brahmin is really packed down, and I absolutely love it. I love how the strings go across the barrels. But so I have these 2 different roving caravan traders, and the actual salesmen are the ones in front, with the bodyguards in the back. And I did change, I think these bodyguards are around a little bit, or at least this guy, and it's got a new seller. The salesman was a different minifigure last time in the city. But yep, those 2 roving caravans with their bodyguards going around trading around the wasteland. Now these figures I consider the like companion follower types, so like in the Fallout games you have the followers who can become your buddy and whatnot. That's kind of what kind of tier I imagine these figures, These are some like veteran survivors who can, eventually gonna lead some Fallout main protagonist into saving the world or something. So, just some pretty cool figures there. Now on the back, these guys are probably the only like group that I'm very certain might not make it into the city. And that's because these guys are supposed to represent the Talon Company mercenaries from Fallout 3. They have like this trident diving suit or something for their torso, but I've always used it for Talon Company just because it's got, that trident, and a trident starts with a T, and it kind of looks kind of like a T, but it also kind of looks like a Talon, kind of, if you really, really want to stretch it, so... That's kind of my Talon Company guys. Don't really have too much to say about them. They're pretty generic. But, yep. Oh, and I forgot to mention this, but just about every figure has a completely unique face. There are a couple duplicates, but I did try to get as many unique faces as I could. So we'll go ahead and talk about the Raiders real quick. First off, the guy in the middle. Not a Raider. So this is McCree, or at least he was McCree until McCree became a sheriff, and he looks way cooler now. But this guy used to be McCree, and he's that survivor from one of the buildings that was in the city, one of the city videos. And not too much has changed about him besides I stole McCree's face for the sheriff. So, he's not really Raider, just kind of a survivor. Just put him over here, didn't know where else to put him. Now this is my favorite new Raider gang. So I finally got them all split into gangs, well besides these 3. Those 3 are not in a Raider gang, they're just kind of solo Raiders. But all the rest are gangs. So here's the gang that was in the city video. Just, if you've seen that video, I talked about them a little bit there. But this is my newest favorite Raider gang. I'm actually having these guys planned on being either a part of the settlement or like living just outside of the settlement. Because I kind of want these guys to be the Raiders that are kind of directly having, engagements with the sheriff and the townsfolk and whatnot. And so I'm planning for this guy here on the left to be in jail, and then the rest of these guys can be sitting around somewhere trying to figure out how to bust him out. Obviously this guy's in charge, he's the gang boss. And yeah, they got some cool prints and stuff, just some new video the new video theme for those guys' prints. Kind of cringy looking. I mean, like with the skull and the dog bones, and anyways, it looks good enough though. So, and these guys right here, they are from one of my vehicles. They're attached to one of the apocalyptic vehicles, and I'm for sure probably gonna have them in the mock because I absolutely love these guys. They look like Raiders from Fallout 4 to me, with kind of like the fact they're just kind of wrapped up, you know, and with the bandoliers. So I really like them. Probably gonna use them. Now, I've never showed these guys before, but these are basically inspired by Fallout 4, how there's like the wannabe mobsters, you know, like living in the subway, and all the Triggermen. That's what they're called, the Triggermen. So these are basically like the ghoul gangsters. So they're all kind of trying to dress fancy and whatnot. And 3 different types of ghouls there. And so yeah, little fancy, little wannabe mob ghoul gang there. And that does it for all those guys. And now just taking a close look at the Brotherhood. I'm not going to spend too long on them. Just got all their visors pulled up so you can see their face prints. Not too much has changed though. This might be the first time I've shown a good look at the front of the scribe though. And there's the head scribe. They just got some Lord of the Rings or Hobbit prints or something. Of course, there's the Elder. So, yeah, not too much to show off about these guys. Just to look at some of the faces you might not have been able to see before. And then before we end this video off, I'll show you all the robots and all the super mutants, and yep. Alright, and just quickly, here's my complete collection of all the Lego Fallout robots I've managed to make so far. Just a bunch of duplicates basically, but these guys are all going to get spread out across the mock at some point. I will say though that we are missing 2 Protectrons. 2 of the Protectrons are already in the mock somewhere. I pulled all the other robots out for this little lineup, so there's all the robots. Need to get some stand parts to change out some of their stand pieces, but and then real quick, finally, here's the super mutants. So there's 2 types of brutes. Some brutes get shoulder pads, but not all of them. Then we got the regular super mutants, no helmets or anything. This guy's kind of special. He's just got one of those like Ultron jaws upside down on his head, but he's got the missile launcher. Those are the masters. They get helmets with goggles and that body wear piece. And then here are the overlords. They get black belts and whatever that headpiece is. And then finally, these are 2 of my all-time like favorite custom pop and swapped figures for Fallout, at least. But they're not gonna be in the city. They're just kind of for me to have. So this one on the right is supposed to be Joshua Graham. Not a great torso to use for him, but it's mostly in those arms, that great arm printing. And finally, check out this Black Ranger I got here. So I absolutely love how this guy came out. I don't know if I've showed him before, but he's pretty much got a oh crap. Anyways, Overwatch pieces for the he's got Soldier 76's head, and then the Reaper dude's chest piece and cloak, then just some other pieces. So yep. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll be able to give you some more updates on how the city's been going so far. Got some cool new buildings to show you soon. Oh, and also real quick, these are some designs that are going to get spread into the city so far. So I've always had this reloading bench for a while, that design, but now I got a regular workbench and a chemistry station. So they all need to be matching and stuff, and spread out the mock, you know, just some of the iconic like things you can interact with in the games. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. And sorry this video probably went on a little longer than it should have, but hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully I get to see you next time. Have a great day.